Hello everyone, welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. In this video, you will learn about Incident Table API. ServiceNow provides extensive access to instance through a set of RESTful APIs. The Table API provides endpoints that allow you to perform create, read, update, and delete operations on existing tables. You must come across a requirement where a third-party system wants to integrate with incident data in ServiceNow. I will show you how you can use Table API for different types of use cases. This is the Incident Table API endpoint URL, which we will use to perform different operations. The format of Table API starts with https:// then name of the instance, and then .service-now.com/API/now, and then /table. That means it is a table API. And then /name of the table which you want to access. This is my personal developer instance, which we will use for this demo. Let's go to incident module. So I will type incident. Here is incident module. I will keep this module open so that I can validate the data in ServiceNow. Now here, if you will click on all, then you can see all incidents available in this instance. I have also opened a JSON viewer in the new tab, which we will use to validate responses we will get in our API call from ServiceNow. We will also use Postman to trigger all API transactions where responses will also be displayed. You can download Postman directly on your machine from their website, and it's free of cost. So let's start with the first and very simple use case. Fetch all incident records via API. We will go to Postman. We will create a new API request. I will click here. You can see that get method is already selected. Get method is for retrieve data via API. We will provide the URL first. So if you remember the table API we had, so we will provide https://dev89028, which is our name of the instance. We will do .service-now.com/API/now/table, and then /name of the table which we want to access. In this case, we want to access incident table. So I will just click here. So we have put the URL. Now, before I click on send, I should also provide the authentication details, else we will get unauthorized. Now let's try this without authentication first. So if I click on send, let's see what happens. So see, here is the response, and response we are getting 401, which is the status code, and it says unauthorized. That means you cannot access the incident data available in the instance which we are accessing via this URL. So now we will create an integration user first, which we will get access to the perform different operations on incident table. Here I will create a new user, which will be integration user. So I will type here users, and I will open in a new tab, and I will keep incident module open in this tab. You can see the list of users I will create a new user. I will click on new. I will provide the user ID, which we will use as username. So we will put incident. I think we will do integration dot incident user. This is our user ID. First name will be integration. Last name will be incident user. And we will save this record. And we will also generate the password because we don't have password for this user. So I will use set password. I will click on set password. This I will click on generate. I will just copy this and I will click on save. It is saved. You can see password needs reset checkbox automatically checked. I will close this. Now it is already checked. So what I will do, I will just uncheck this and I will save this because I don't want to reset the password. I will use the same one. So I have saved the password. So now I will go to the authentication in Postman. So if I go to Postman, here we have this authentication. So I will click here. In type, I need to select basic. When you select basic, it basically, you just need a username and password. I think it already has a previous username and password. I will just remove this. I will remove this one as well. And here I will provide the user ID. So integration dot incident user, and I will put the password. I will not do this show password, otherwise you will see the password. And now I can just click on send. Will I get any response? Let's see that. If I click on send, 200. That means user has access to the instance, but user does not have access to the incident data. Why? Because user does not have that role. So what we will do, we will go to our instance again. Here we will add some roles. Now two roles are really important. One is idle user and another is REST service. So here I will just search for idle. And I can just provide REST service as well. And I will click on save. Even you're not providing a REST service, it was still able to connect to ServiceNow. But data was not fetched because it doesn't have access. And that's the loophole, I would say, in ServiceNow as well, that it doesn't populate the error that you does not have access. So if I go to Postman, if I go to headers, I think it's not giving me any kind of error that I don't have access to incident data, but we will see that. So I have added the roles. Now, if you will click on send, you will see a different type of response. So let's click on send. This time you will get the data. Yes, you can see. So we have 200. Okay, that means it got connected. We got the response and we got this kind of JSON data. Now, as I told you, I need to validate the data in JSON viewer. So what I will do, I will just copy this whole response. I will go to JSON viewer. Here's the website we have. I will paste the whole JSON data. We will just validate. You can click on, after putting the data in text, you can click on viewer. When you click on that, you can expand it. And now it can show you that first of all, how many records are there. So you can see overall we have, I will just move it down. Overall, it says 66, but it's an array. So so you can see we have 67 records, and that is totally true. If I go to incident here and see, we clicked on that all, this particular list is showing all incident records available in this instance, and you can see we have all 67 records. Next use case is fetch any 5 incident records, which means we need to limit the number of records in response. So we will go to Postman. Now endpoint will be same. You will not change the endpoint, but we will just add one query parameter to limit the number of records, and that parameter is sysperm limit. So I go to params. Here I have query params, so I can just add sysperm underscore limit. This is the name of the parameter which you can use to limit the response, limit the records which you will get in response. So in value, I can put 5 because that's a use case we have. And now I will click on send. You will see the difference. Here we have the response. I will copy this again. Go to JSON viewer, go to text. I will just paste it. And now if I click on viewer, expand this, see, we only got 5 records. So that's how you can just limit the data in response when you access ServiceNow API, and whatever response you get, if you want to limit the number of records you're getting from any table in ServiceNow via table API. Next use case is fetch a specific incident record from incident table via API. Now, in order to fetch a specific incident record, either you should have its number or SysID. Now let's fetch the record with SysID. So what I will do, first I will get the SysID of any incident which I want to fetch. So I will go to my instance here, and let's say I need to fetch this particular record, the details of this particular record. So what I will do, I will just right click on here. I will just copy the SysID and I will go to Postman. So SysID is copied, and I will now remove this parameter. I don't have to use this. What I will do, I will just disable it for now. I will just disable it. You can see it got removed from the URL as well. And here I will just do slash, and I will just directly put the SysID. And now I will click on send. So if I click on send, so we got the response, but we will validate the data. So I will copy the whole response and we will see what kind of data we have received. I will go to text. I will paste this. And now I will go to viewer. Basically, we only got one record, that's it, and details of that particular record. And you can see the number 9009, and it is the same incident which we wanted to fetch. See, 9009. That means we are seeing only one record in response. Let's retrieve that incident details with number. Now this needs a query. And how we will get the query? We have to go to our instance. So I will go to our instance. Here we have this incident 9009. I will right click on this, click on show matching. Now this will give me this filter, this one. And I can just copy this. You can see I right click on this. You will see this copy query. Click on this copy query. Now we will use another query parameter which is used to filter the results in response in ServiceNow. And that query parameter is sysperm underscore query. And here we will paste the query which we copied from our instance. Now you also need to do one thing. You also need to remove this because we don't want to fetch the data via SysID. Now I have to remove the slash, and that's it. This is the query you have to add. And now I will click on send. So you can see we got the same response. 9009 again, but I just want to validate whether it is this query is running properly or not. What we will do, we will use any other incident. So if I go to your instance, here we have this 9005. Let's try 9005. If I click on just use this number, and if I click on send and I just copy this JSON data, go to online viewer, go to text, paste the data, go to viewer. We have just one record, see, one record, and this time the record was 9005. Next use case is fetch incident records for a specific assignment group. Now this is similar to what we did earlier. So let's go to incident list. Now we will go to incident list, and do I have assignment group? All are empty, but I will have this service desk. So what I will do, I will just filter on this. So I will do show matching. So let's see how many. So we have around 12 incidents which are assigned to service desk assignment group. Now that's the use case. But let's say you want to fetch the data or fetch the incidents assigned to a particular group. In that case, what I will do, you will just put the filter. Here we have the filter, and I will just copy this, copy query, same thing. There is no difference. This time we will not use this query. We will just remove this and put this assignment group equal to. Now you can see this is SysID because assignment group is a reference field, and that's the reason it shows SysID. So it is filtering at SysID level of assignment group. What I will do, I will click on send. When you will click on send, you have received the response. See, all okay, 200 okay. I will copy this whole data. I will go to JSON viewer and I will go to text. I will copy the paste this, and let's see that how many records we are getting. Viewer, and we will go to viewer. Absolutely, you can see we have 11 as per the array, but overall we have 12 records here. That's how you can filter the data, filter the response you're getting from ServiceNow incident table or any table as part of table API. Next use case is fetch incident records for a specific assignment group and configuration item. Two filters on two fields. That means we need to just add another filter on CI. So I will go to incident list. So we had that service desk, but I will also put configuration item in this list because we don't have that. So let's go to configuration item. Yep, we have it here. I will put it on the top. I'll click on OK. And now we have this configuration item. What I will do, I'm just checking if we have similar data. I will just do show matching. So you can see that we have two filters here. One is on assignment group, and another where assignment group is service desk, and we have configuration item, which is SAP sales and distribution. Let's fetch this data. So I will just copy the query. If you'll go to the postman, and here I will just copy, paste the query. You can see again the CMDB CI, it added another filter on CMDB CI, and that is also SysID because CMDB CI field is also a reference field. Now I will click on send and I will see what kind of data I'm getting. I will just copy this, go to JSON viewer, go to text, paste this, go to viewer. Well, yeah, see, we only have one record. If I expand this, see, this is the one INC 5 times 0 55, and if you go to your instance here, see, same, there's no difference. That's how you can add additional filter when you have to pull the data from ServiceNow via table API. Next use case is fetch incident records with the name of specific configuration item, which means we need to use CI name to filter the incident records in response. Now, as of now, we were just using sysid. When we were applying the filter, it was only applying the filter on at sysid level. But now we want to use the specific name, because let's say if third-party system want to fetch that data, they will not have sysid of every configuration item or even the incident. How will you use the specific names of a configuration item? Let's say there's a configuration item which is similar to what we have from the vendor or any third-party system, and they want to fetch that data for a particular configuration item. And how would you do that? So let's go to incident list first. And here, let's try to apply a filter. So if I open the filter, I will just remove this one, and I will see if I can access. Yeah, I have this show related fields. This is the out of the box feature of ServiceNow. I can access configuration item. So where we have configuration item, yep, we will access configuration item fields. And here I will just copy this one. And if I access that, let me see if I have configuration item name. So yep, we have name. So I have selected configuration item name, and I will put is this one. If I run this filter, you will see the filter will be different. Configuration item name. I will copy this one. I will copy the query. I will go to Postman. This time query is changed, but I will still get the same data. See, it's CMDB CI. It's with dot walking. You can also build your own query. You don't have to copy the query. You can just see the format. It's just directly the dot walking, because name is part of CMDB CI table. So you can see we have CMDB CI underscore CI dot name equal to name of the CI, and I can just click on send. I will get the same response. Same. But let's try it, because we already had this data. I will just change the CI name this time. If I go here, I will just click on all, and let's say I will just remove this empty, filter out, and we have this storage area network. I will copy this name, and I will put here in this so storage area network 001, and I will click on send because I want to validate the data. So I got the response. I will go to JSON viewer, go to text, paste this, go to viewer, result, one record 60. See, if you go here, see, this is the same record. That means I'm able to fetch the incident data for a particular, or maybe on the basis of name of configuration item. That means it will return all those incident records where configuration item is storage area network 001. Next use case is fetch incident records with specific fields in response, and should not include all fields. Now, by default, all fields are returned even their value is null or empty. However, you can use a query parameter which can limit the fields. So if you go to Postman here in this response, or go to JSON viewer, we will go to JSON viewer so that I can show you. Now, this response includes all the fields, all fields available in incident table. Parent, made, underscore SLA, caused by. Definitely a lot of fields are inherited from task as well, but overall all the fields in task table and incident table, you're getting all those fields in this response. But as part of this use case, let's say you don't want all these fields, because this kind of requirement will definitely come to you. In that case, how will you limit it? So for that, ServiceNow has another query parameter, which is sysperm underscore fields. So if I go to my query right here. So I will disable this query. Or maybe I will keep this because I still want that data but with limited fields. I will just add another query parameter, which is sysperm underscore fields. And here you can provide comma separated fields. Let's say you only want to fetch number, comma, or maybe assignment group. Let's see that. Do we have assignment group for this? Let's check. Yes, we do have assignment group as well. So I will just put assignment group, and we already have this filter. Let's click on send. If I click on send, see, we got the response. I will just copy this, go to JSON viewer, because you will see the difference. So we got that record, same record, but you can see we only got two fields returned from this response. One is number and another one is assignment group. Now assignment group is definitely a reference field. That's the reason it shows more values like link to that assignment group, and also the value which is the sys-ID of that assignment group. Next use case is fetch incident records, where response should not have a reference link for reference fields. So if you remember in just previous use case, in response you saw that we have this link because assignment group is a reference field. So whenever you get the response for a reference field, you always get this reference link as well. But let's say you do not want this reference link because it is also exposing. So it depends, because sometimes if you don't want to expose these reference link, then you can hide this. But how? So ServiceNow has a query parameter for that as well. So if I go to Postman, here I will add a parameter which is sysperm underscore exclude underscore reference underscore link. And if I will make it true, by default it is false. So that means you will always get reference link in your response. But if you will make it true, then it will exclude it. Let's see that magic. I will click on send. And see, this time it removed that reference link. And if I go to JSON viewer, see, we only have assignment group. That's it. We do not have, we only have sys-ID. We do not have that reference link for this reference field. That's how you can get the data, get the response without reference link of reference fields. Next use case is fetch incident records, where reference fields should have their display value in response. So if you will see the response we got earlier. Now this is showing me the sys-ID. But let's say in this use case, you do not want sys-ID. You want the display value. How will you show that? So we will go to Postman. We will use another query parameter provided by ServiceNow. And that parameter is sysperm underscore display underscore value. By default, this is false, and we will make it true. And if I click on send, you will see that magic. See, now this incident was assigned to, see here, it is assigned to network group, and we are not getting sys-ID of network group. We are getting name, the display value, which is the name of this network group, this assignment group. And you will see the data. I will go to Postman, copy this, go to text, validate this, click on viewer. See, we have this assignment group network. Oh, that's how you can see the display value of a reference field. Moreover, if I will just remove this filter, let's remove this filter, maybe this one. Yes, only this one. If I click on send, I will show you for other reference fields as well. You will see a total different response this time. I will go to text, paste this, go to viewer, and we got now all the fields because we removed the query parameter to filter the fields, and see all the reference fields we have. It will only show you, see, CMDB CI, same, no reference link, no SSID. It's all showing display value. Wherever you have reference field, it will always show you display value, basically whatever the display value you have for that reference field. Next use case is fetch incident records where response format should be in XML. So I will go to Postman. Now, as of now, by default, we were getting a response in JSON format. But how can you make it XML? It's pretty much easy. You just need to change the header. You go to headers, 9 are hidden. And I think we already have this except as well. So what I can do, I can change this except which will be, or maybe I will not change this one. I will just add here except, and here I can put application / XML. Do I have that? Yep, I do have that. Except, I will just put that except, except application. If you want to send data in XML or JSON, that you have to use content type. So for response, you have to use except. And if I click on send, you will see a total change response, and that is also in XML format. If I click on this, see, now the response is in XML format. It is not in JSON format. That's how you can change the format of your response if you want to access data from ServiceNow table API. Next use case is create an incident record with mandatory fields and some other fields in request body. Now, as of now, we were just fetching the data for an existing records in ServiceNow incident table. But in this use case, you have to create a new record in incident table. Now, how would you do that with table API? So let's go to your instance first. Here we have list of incidents, and I will just click on new to see what all mandatory fields we have. So we have caller field, we have short description field. There could be some I think data policies as well, but I don't think I have applied any data policy because this is just out of the box we have. So I have to put caller ID for sure. We have to put short description for sure. We will also put configuration item. So for caller ID, we can use our same integration user ID. We can use configuration item, short description, and description. So let's try that. I will go to Postman here, and I have to definitely remove all these. But what I will do, I will just copy this one and I will create a new request. Now this time it doesn't have to be get, it has to be post. I will select post because we are inserting the record. So get is for fetching the data, post is for inserting the data. And this is the standard method for API transactions. So I will just put the URL. URL will be the same. We are not going to add any parameter as of now. Authorization, you can select basic. We already have this incident dot incident user. We have to use JSON format. What I will do, I will just go to headers, basically disable this. I have to make the record. How I will do that, I will just maybe copy like this because I just need a format. Let's say this one. Yeah, I think this is better. Now we have to provide the request body because you have to create the record. For creation, you have to provide some data. So I will go to body. Here we have none, but I definitely want, let's select raw. Here I can provide JSON. We will provide in JSON format. I will paste that. And here I will provide all the data. For example, caller underscore ID. Let's see if it has the same fields. I can just check here. This one, caller underscore ID. Yeah, we have caller underscore ID. So I can go to postman. So here we have caller underscore ID. What I can do, I can just copy the same user, this one, and I will select here, and I will just put like this. We have another field which is short description, that is mandatory. So I'm putting short description, and here I can put, this is a test via API for table API demo. And I can just put the curly brackets. I can put comma again because I need to add more fields. And those will be, let's try that. We will have, let's say, description. We will put description, and I will just put the same text here as well. And I will just make, this is the test description. I will just put just description, just to make the difference. Description via API for table API demo. So we have put caller ID, short description, description. I want to put configuration item as well. Let's use configuration item from this. Yep, this one, storage. I can just copy this one. That's it. I can use, so the field we have at CMDB CI. So I can just add comma and put that. Here we have CMDB CI. So you can see we have no error, and this is in JSON format, CMDB CI, and this is the CI. So you will see same data when we will create this record in ServiceNow. We will validate it for sure. And I will now click on send. So let's click on send and see. And this time we will see a different response code if record will be inserted. And that code is 201. So if you are getting 201 and it says created, so 200 response code 201 means that request has fulfilled and result in new resource is created. So it's done. And we have got the response. I will just copy this JSON response, go to JSON viewer because we will validate it in JSON viewer first. Paste this, click on viewer. See, we got this incident. This is the number, and we got updated by, we have created by, and we have short description. See, we have description. We have what else? I think that's the information we have. Now we will validate it in our instance. As of now, we are just seeing in response, but I will now validate this in ServiceNow itself. I will go to the instance here, and we will go to all incidents. If I go to all incidents, you will see a new incident created. See, we got this new incident, same number, 003, same number. You can see this is a test via API for table API demo. This is a test description via API for table API demo. We got the configuration item with the name. We got the caller as well. You can see we just provided user ID and it automatically populated the caller as well. So all mandatory fields are filled and other fields which you wanted to fill, and it has created the record. You can fill other fields as well, totally up to you as per the requirement you have from the third party system. Next use case is update an incident record with data in specific fields. Now let's try to update the same incident. We will update the description. Now what exactly you will use to update the description? Now ServiceNow has two types of methods, and that's not just ServiceNow. It's, if I talk about API perspective, there are two methods, put and patch. In ideal world, in ideal scenario, put and patch are two different methods. But if I talk about in ServiceNow perspective, both are same. Both does the same work, which is updating, modifying the record. So if I go to our postman here, I will just copy this. I will create a new request. This time I will select put. I will paste this, and I will definitely select the body. I will go to this. I will select raw, select JSON, mention here like this. I will remove all other data because I do not want those. I will just use description. So for that I will remove till here, and then I will remove this CMDB CI as well. And we had this description, right? So we will add something else. This is a test description update, which is done by put method. We will see whether it is updating the record or not. So now we have this, we will add authorization, which is really important. We already have this now. We don't want any params, and I will just click on send. Let's see if it works. If I click on send, method not supported. So it's saying put method not supported for API. That's fine. Let's select patch. If I select patch, will I get, let's try this. If I click on send, I think patch method not supported. I think maybe some restrictions are there. Let me check that. I think we have done a big mistake here, that we are updating the record. Like, let's say we are using put, but how ServiceNow will know that it has to update that particular record? And that's a mistake we have done here. So if you will go to your instance, we have to update this record. You just copy the sysid and you have to provide that sysid here. This time it should work. If I click on send, see, we got 200 OK. That means it has updated the record. And if I will go to the instance, I will refresh this. See, it is already showing. This is the test description update, which is done by put method. Let's try patch. If I add patch and click on, let's say I will just which is done by patch. I will just click on send. Yep, it worked again. And yep, see, it is done by patch. If I reload the form, yep, it is done. So this is definitely important. And that's the reason we were getting that error that put or patch method, they are not supported, because you did not provide the sysid. How system will come to know that you have to update this particular record? But this is how you can use put and patch. As I told you, in ServiceNow perspective, put and patch works the same. Next use case is delete an incident record. So let's go to our postman. Let's say we want to delete the same record. What I will do, or maybe any other record, I will just go to our instance. I will go to all incidents, and I will delete this one 057. Let's delete this one. Will I be able to delete it? Let's try. So I will just copy the sysID. You just go to the new request. Here we have delete method, and then you have this URL. So I will just copy the sysID we just copied, and then I will just copy the URL. So URL is copied, and we don't have to provide anything. We just need to provide authentication. It is done. We don't need to provide any body because this is just directly the deletion of the record. But will I be able to do that? Will I get the success response? I don't think we will be able to get success response. Let's try this because I know the reason. Because this user does not have access. See, 403 forbidden. User does not have access. There is an ACL exception. Delete failed due to security constraint. Now, if you will provide user an elevated access like idle admin, I think idle admin can delete the record. In ideal case, you should not delete any record from ServiceNow. That's not the recommended approach. Either you archive it or disable any type of record. Deletion is not the right way, so I would definitely not recommend you to delete any record until it is really needed from business point of view. But overall, it is not recommended. But how you can delete the record, this is the way you can delete. But it's not directly easy that you can delete any record, because you should have that access to delete the record, and ServiceNow is very particular about delete ACLs, delete access. So you should have access to delete the record. Next use case is fetch details of an incident with work notes. I will show you what exactly I'm talking about. Let's go to the Postman. We have this get, and what I will do, we have these comments, and I will just maybe disable these parameters. I will keep this one, sysperm query for now. I will not use sysperm fields, and that's it. Or maybe I will exclude a reference link. So by default, let's say you are just putting the query. I will exclude reference link as well. By default, you are just putting a query and fetching the record. And let's say I click on send, I will get that response. So if I copy this, I go to JSON viewer, I go to text, paste this, go to viewer, and we will, oh, it's returning 2. That's fine. Let's go to, do we have work notes? I think it's work notes underscore list, but we want work notes. We should have, yes, we do have work notes. Let's put some work notes in this incident, and the number we got is 60. So let's try that. So I will just put it for 60. Or I will just put the query for just show matching, and I will just copy this query in our Postman so that I can just directly fetch that incident. And if I open this, as of now, we don't have any work notes. I have checked. These are all additional comments. We don't have any work notes, but am I getting additional comments as well? Let's click on send. Not really. Can you see? We're not getting comments as well. I will just copy this, go to JSON viewer, click on view. See, we do not have comments as well. See, comments fields, they are empty, even the work notes. But we do have comment here, and I think even the work notes, but we are not getting that. How can you get that information? Now, by default, you will never get those information, work notes and comments by default. So if you remember, we had one query parameter. So let's go to Postman. This is sysperm display value. So this sysperm display value not only display the display value of reference field, but it also shows you work notes and additional comments. Let's try that. I will check this checkbox. I will just click on send now. You will see the difference. I go to JSON viewer, text, put it here, expand this one, and I will show you that. We go, where is the work notes? Let's go a little bit down. We should have work notes as well. Comments. Let's start with the comments. Yep, we do have comments. See, so we have the data, and you can also check here. If I search, if I look for comments, we should have comments. See, we do have comments, same comments. Even we have comments and work notes, and we should also have work notes separately. See, we have all these work notes. Now, if you will see the data, all the work note, I think it shows the latest one. Next use case is fetch an attachment from an incident record. So let's say there is an attachment attached to an incident record. How will you fetch that attachment? Via table API. So in this case, we will not use table API. Basically, we will use attachment API, which ServiceNow provides. But as this is related to incident, I just thought to show you this example, this use case as well, because a lot of users will definitely get this kind of requirement, a lot of developers. So I will go to our instance first. So we will go to our instance. I have already this incident and I have attached one image. How will I access? For that, I will just go to one good thing, which is we have a good feature in ServiceNow, which is REST API Explorer. I will open it in a new tab. So here is the REST API Explorer. So we will select attachment API. So in this list, you will see attachment API. Select that. And you can see it says retrieve metadata for attachments. Upload, you can also upload it. But here we have to retrieve the metadata for attachment. Here we have retrieve attachment metadata. So if you have multiple attachments, I think in this case you have to provide the query, and we have some limit, some category, format. If you want any different format, you can also do that. Let's use this. So what I will do, you have to provide the query as well, which is relative to attachment table. So let's go to your instance. I will go to our instance here, and we have this attachment. What I will do, I will go to attachment table. So if I type, so we have the sys attachment, sys underscore attachment dot list. If I do this, yep, we got all the attachments. So this is the attachment table. We have this incident thumb. Yep, see, copy dot. We want this one. So what I will do, I will just maybe I will do show matching. We just want to basically fetch the attachment with this name, and maybe I will also put, do we have any other field which I can use to filter? Size, hash, image, size compressed. Yeah, I think these are the details I have. Maybe I will just use the sys ID. I think sys ID maybe is much better. What is a sys ID for this? So what I will do, copy sys ID. If I will go to my query, let's say here, and here I will just put sys underscore id equal to this. And if I click on send, yep, I got okay, and we got the whole response. See, we got the response. And but this is, I think this is not just, this is just giving the metadata for that record. But how will I fetch the attachment? I think for that we have this retrieve attachment content. Yes, we have this retrieve attachment content. I can just put that sys of that attachment, and if I click on send, I think I will get that attachment. Yep, see, we got that. So what I will do, I will just copy this URL. I will copy this URL, and I will go to Postman. We will open a new request, put it like this, and I will put the authorization basic. We have this, and let's see if I am able to fetch this. But you have to remember one thing, except I think your headers except cannot be like this. So I think I can do except, and here I can provide maybe any other, like maybe I will just put this one, and I will just click on send. Let's see if I'm able to get the data. Yes, yeah, we got the image. See, we have received the image. That's how you can get the data directly from ServiceNow. If you have any attachment available in your record and you want to fetch that attachment, then you can just use this API endpoint, which is still /now attachment, and then you can put the sys /file and you can get that attachment. It's totally up to you that if you want different kind of format, then you can change this except format. Now with the same API, you can also upload the attachment. See, we have upload an attachment from a binary request, upload an attachment from a multi-part request. So you can also add an attachment. You just have to provide table name, table sys and the file name. Table sys and table name is, table name would be incident, table sys will the sys of that incident record, and then file name which you want to attach. And you can just have you can just provide the format, in which format you want to attach it. Maybe it could be image /jpeg or any other format. It could be a text file, any kind of format you want to upload. I think there are specific formats which you can upload the data in ServiceNow. Next use case is fetch incident records created or updated in a specific duration or at a particular time. Now you will definitely come with this kind of requirement where third-party system want to fetch data within some duration or at a particular time. How can you do that? Let's try this. So we will go to Postman, and we will go to this get only, this first one, and I will go to my instance here, and I will access list of incidents. So we will access list of incidents, and what I will do, I will just put updated and created open. Okay, we will just put this updated, and I will just add a created field as well if I have to use that. So I will sort it by updated. So you can see that we also updated one ticket today. Let's say I just do show matching, which is today on this particular day. I will just copy this query, and I will go to Postman, and I will just uncheck this. I have to use the query for sure, and I will just add that query. See, it is basically for date, that particular date. If I click on send, you will only get one record. Only one record. I will go to JSON viewer, paste this one, go to result, see only that record 003, only that one. Now let's say I can just change this filter. I will open this one and I will change the filter now. How? Updated on, I can do it today. Because let's say that system want to check, pull all the data which the incidents created today. So I will just run this. This time filter will be different. So I will just copy this one, go here, and I will just paste. See, it says this updated on today. There's no date mentioned. I can just click on send. Why it is not giving me the data? Okay, we have not updated on today. I think this is giving you incorrect information because we updated it maybe, or let's try yesterday. That's totally fine. Maybe time has changed. I will just put yesterday. I think now it will give me some information. Yep, see, same one. So I will just copy this query, paste it here, click on send. See, we got the same incident. Now let's say you want to select the duration. So I will remove the filter. We have this lot of data on 18th Jan. If I just do show matching, we have around 18th March. I will just go back. So we have, this is for 18th March. We have this 18th Jan. I will do show matching. Let's see how many records we will get. 46. Let's try this one. So we want data from 18th Jan till today, let's say. So in that case, I will just do updated on, or I will just do between. Between, when you select between, it will give you the option between today, or I will just do I think I can mention, let's say 1st of Jan, 1st of Jan, and I can mention today. That's the any data updated till today. So in that case, I will just run this filter. And that's the, I would say, powerful feature we have in ServiceNow, because you don't need to build your query yourself. You just put that filter, copy the query, put it in your Postman, and click on send. You will get all the data. See, I think more than 41 records. If I go to JSON viewer, paste it, and see 49 records. So we were able to fetch 49 records. That's how you can filter the data for a specific particular time. Let's say created, updated, all the date and time fields. You can use that as well. But you just need to use the query, filter the data in your list, copy the query, paste in sysperm query parameter, and that's it. And you will fetch the expected data you want. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and please provide your comments or any question in the comments section. Thank you and have a great day.